Thanks for staying with us on Core Digest Monday as we count down to the 2015, the much talked about 2015 general elections. The big question on our lips this morning is, how does religion impact on politics? What happens when we put all of these together in the same basket? Of course, you'll recall that the destructive nature of religion has been responsible for certain disasters that we experience across the world. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda in the Middle East, you have the militant Hindu, you have the anti-Balakai even in Africa, not to talk about the Boko Haram crisis in Nigeria. I'm joined now on the segment of the program by Special Advisor on Christian Matters to the Lagos State Governor, Reverend Samuel Ogedengbe. Good morning and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, thank you so much.
I took some time to read about you on the internet. You've got an amazing history and biography as a man. I mean, how did you put all of that up? I enjoyed that part where you say you were carrying your someone's feces every day.
Well, I don't know how you get this information. Oh, yes.
But when I see you today, you don't look anything like the experiences that you talked about.
Yes, I just believe it's God's grace and when God called you, when God talked about you while you were in your mother's womb or while you were in God's loins, He had made something He wants to make you to become ahead of you, no matter what you pass through. So, and for any man to become something in life, he has to pass through the wilderness experience. So I want to believe that what happened to me at the beginning is my wilderness experience.
And now you are obviously in the paradise phase.
Yeah, but not really.
We'll get there because that's not even why we're here today.
Thank you.
But let's quickly touch on all the stories. And of course, we had recently the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, talked about the how explosive a Muslim ticket might be, that will be insensitive on any part of politicians or political parties who might want to toe that line. What, in your informed opinion, what role do you think that religion plays in all of this?
Yeah, I just believe that it is now because we are open to so many aggressions, we are open to so many informations, we are open to so many agitations about the religion, about the politics, and that is why we're now talking about we won't like Muslim ticket or maybe Christian ticket. Whereas had it been all these things are not there, and now politics to me is to serve. Politics to me is to touch lives. Politics to me, when you're there, is to make people feel your presence there. And so for Muslim ticket, we look at religion, then we want to say, okay, let us be a balance. Okay, if you are bringing in a Muslim, let there be a Christian. But would that solve our problems? Would that solve our problems? I'm the one agitating for Christian governor in Lagos. I'm the arrowhead. But at the end of the day, will that solve our problems? Who is a Christian and who is a Muslim? Now, we during the days of Abiola, we voted in a Muslim ticket, aspirant. And en masse, everybody voted them in. Because the issue of one sect of a religion and the other one, we have not got this level of somebody fighting against another one, and people are now saying it's a religion war. We have not got to that level. What we were focusing at that time was that who is going to do it better? Who is going to serve the people? Who is going to touch lives?
But if this is your perception of this issue, then why be an arrowhead for those who are conversing for a Christian governor in Lagos?
Yeah. Now, we look at the system now, and we believe that let's have a fair share. Now, it's like I told my people, and in one of the interview, a father had two sons, and one has been getting his own, I guess he has been getting his own part of the properties of the father, and the other one traveled, maybe he traveled or whatever. Then at the end of the day, he came back, and then he said, Daddy, I want to get my share. Now, the daddy has no right audacity to say no to him,
Okay.
because he has every right to inside his property. And that is exactly what I am talking about. That, okay, if this sect of a particular religion has done their own for almost about 21 or 22 years, okay, this time around, let's give Christian an opportunity. But I'm looking for a Christian that has integrity.
Okay.
I'm looking for a Christian that has the fear of God. I'm looking for a Christian that will not be there because his name is Samuel, that because I say I want Christian and then his name is Samuel, then he will just misbehave, and then a Christian who is not born again.
Okay.
No, I'm not looking for that.
Well, I'm sure you met the senator who just walked
Yes,
out. He's also
yes.
a governorship aspirant.
Oh,
I even
yes.
forgot to ask him whether he was a Christian or Muslim, because by the
Okay.
time you check his name, is Gani Olaruwaju Solomon. So
yes.
you are caught in
Cool.
between. I spoke with him for almost an hour, and I could not really tell whether he was a Christian or Muslim. All those people you've talked about in Lagos, did they get to power by the virtue of their
Of religion,
religion or
yeah.
by the virtue of their credibility?
Yeah. Yes, like him. We used to talk. He's a friend, he's a brother. He will tell me he's a Christian. Yeah, his fathers were Christian before they converted to Muslim. But his wife too is a Christian, and everybody, that's their own area. But the issue is that now, when we talk about politics has to do with policy. Those people that make policies.
Okay.
Now, then we talk about religion. There's no one that will make a policy without the fear of God. Now, we have a problem because we cannot divorce it. It's not possible. The religion and politics, you can't divorce it. It is the issue of divorce that bring out all this bad governance. Because bad governance is as a result of someone that does not believe that God exists. Bad governance, you see, when you are at the end of affairs and you are doing anything you want to do or anything you feel to do, you are in the authority, you have the power, so you can do and undo. It's because you don't have the fear of God in you. But if you have the fear of God in you, I've got a lot of Muslims who behave, who are born again in their own sect, born again, who have the fear of God, who understand that there is somebody there that is hungry, that we need to give food to. There is somebody there that is thirsty, that we need to give water to. I've got a lot of them. So what we are talking about is that religion and politics should not be divorced. They should come together.
Well, if I understand your point of view, if it's about having a governor that has the fear of God, and you're already saying now that you've even seen Muslims who are born again, then religion shouldn't be something to worry about, whether it's a Christian or Muslim. As long as it's got integrity, it's got the capacity to govern, then why not give him the opportunity? Why worry whether he's a Muslim or not?
I have told you earlier that what brought all this issue is as a result of, now when we started and begin to look at a particular system,
Okay.
where you have maybe 20 for Christian and 100 for Muslim,
Okay.
in a state that belongs to both Christian and Muslim. Let me tell you, I've been calling my people Christian to go into politics, to be part of what is happening. Almost about 360 or 70 something wards in Lagos State. We have about 9 Christians as ward ESCO. There are almost about 57 SCDA. We have about 6 Christians. So what are we doing? So at the end of the day, we are back to square one. So Christians should be able to go inside to participate, because there is no way, let me tell you, there is no way. If I am a Muslim, there is no way. If I want to give audience to anybody, at least I will look at my own religion, yes, and give ratio maybe 10:4.
Well, you are a special assistant, right?
Yeah,
To
to the
a
government.
Muslim governor on
Yes.
Christian matters.
Oh yes.
I mean, how would you describe the relationship of this administration with the Christian body in Lagos?
Thank you very much. Now, we're the first set of either special assistant or to the government, Christian or Islam. We have the Muslim own.
Okay.
I have a counterpart, Muslim. Now we came on board 2007, and then there's a gap between the government and the religion, either the Muslim or the Christian. So we came on board in order to bridge, to put a link, so that the government can be closer to the people, Christian. The government can be closer to the people, Muslim. And so that is the impact that we are able to make. And today you see that we enjoy peace in Lagos State. The Christian and the Muslim, they work together. Yes, I work under a Muslim governor. Yes, when his wife is a Christian, all his children are Christian, his own mother is a Christian. All right, so, and that does not mean that when he came on board at the initial stage, he called me and then we talked, and I told him, look, the next governor, which I believe should come on board, should be a Christian. That he explained to me. When we talk about Christian, yeah, we talk about Muslim, yes, but we talk about who can deliver what we need, and I agree with him that time.
But you don't seem to agree now with.
But for now, the issue is that let us give a chance to another Christian.
Okay.
Let's give a chance to another Christian. Then I'm looking for a Christian that has integrity.
It's all right. Let me give you an example. For instance, the state government in Lagos banned the use of hijab in public schools.
Yes.
And Muslim groups have also come up to criticize that ban. They actually went to court. Those young girls went to court, but unfortunately they didn't win that case in court. Don't you think that it was even better that the governor was a Muslim? And then the Muslim governor is banning the use of hijab. Think about it now. If the governor was a Christian, don't you think we could have made a religious issue out of this?
Yes, you are right. You are right. We thank God for the wisdom that the governor used in handling the matters. And it is better for him to be a Muslim to handle the issue. Had he been a Christian that handle that issue, it will bring out, or it will create a lot of commotions between Christian and Muslim. But now the Muslim will look at it as that governor is a Muslim. So if you can do that, no problem. So they went to court, and then they didn't make it. So I think it's better in this particular
Are you also worried about the position? There's a script here. A group, Joint Muslim Forum, has discredited the call for a Christian governor in Lagos, saying it's a selfish and misguided action from the section of the Christian Brothers. They didn't stop there. They actually said in a press statement released by the group, it's calling on legations to reject any candidate that emerges on account of subterranean or disguised religious sponsorship. How do you react to that?
Yeah, I won't react. They made a very good point, and their points are very genuine to them. And the governor that will emerge at the end of the day will not come under any platform of religion.
Okay.
But they should understand that we want a Christian. That's what we mean. We are not talking about the governor should come and then the next governor should be a governor for religion, for Christian, or should come a governor for the Muslim. But we are agitating, like their own agitations. It's an agitation. Is a comment.
Okay.
Is their own belief. Is what they feel that they need to say, and that is what we are saying our own, and they are saying their own.
You
are very right.
You work with Governor Babatunde Raji-Fashola, who I believe is a principal. I just want to play a sound for you to hear what his position is on this issue. I'll be back after this.
When you are making your choice, forget about religion. Forget about my tribe. You know why? You are not choosing us to pray for you. You are choosing us to work for you. God himself has already provided many bishops and many imams, many reverends and many ulamas to do prayer and ministry and give you a full spiritual diet. What you need now is those who will fill your physical vacuums by providing houses, by providing security, by providing schools, by providing health care, and by providing jobs, by moving you up the prosperity ladder.
Babatunde Raji-Fashola, governor of Lagos State, there, burying his mind on this issue. How come you've worked with this man for several years and you do not share his opinion on this matter?
No, I'm not against his opinion. I support every of his opinion, and I am still supporting his opinion. He's a man with wisdom. He's a man that has vision, and then he has the ability to pursue the vision. I key into every of his visions. Yes, He made a very good point, and that is the point we are talking about. Now, you might not, he said he's talking about, you're not talking about who is there, but we're talking about who is going to deliver. Yes, it's good. Now, that is an opinion that which I came in, but I have my own opinion as a human being, as a leader.
Is it possible that you have a candidate in mind who's a Christian and you are intending to use this particular subject to push him into office?
No, I don't have any candidate.
Has your group found any Christian that has the same character and integrity that you think is befitting of being a governor of Lagos State?
No, we don't for now. We don't have. But we are preaching that quality. The quality that we want. That is
just
what
a
we are
minute.
preaching.
Let's take this call from Gideon. Gideon is calling from VI in Lagos. Good morning, Gideon.
Hello.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead with the contribution, please.
Yeah, please. I have a Christian too. Okay, I have a Christian too. And I want people not to mix this politics with religion issues. Any Christian, anybody that wants to seek any public office should please go out there and contest election. We should not make it a matter of discussion on a national whatever. Please. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Gideon, for your contribution. Now, Reverend, Section 10 of the 1999 Constitution actually provides that the government of the Federation or of a state shall not adopt any religion as state religion. And the fundamental right of every person to freedom of thought, conscience, or religion is guaranteed by Section 38 thereof. But then, even if we are bringing the issue of religion in here, you agree with me that Christianity and Islam is not the only religions that we have in Nigeria. So if you are of the proponent of the school of thought that wants a Christian governor, then we could also have people who say, I want an Ifa governor. I want a jihad, what do you call it now? You know, Judaism. There are quite a number of different other religions. There are people who don't even believe that God exists at all. Don't you think that? What are your thoughts along this line?
Yes, I believe that we have two prominent religions in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria. And then when it's like anytime we want to have prayer in the state, we invite the Christian and the Muslim. So we have not been able to invite the Ifa and the Babalawos to that. So when we get to that point of inviting Babalawo and Ifa, then maybe they could agitate for their own position, but we have not got there yet. And the Muslim and the Christian are trying to convert these people you are talking about, so that they could become either to become a Muslim or to become a Christian. That's what we are doing. So we don't see them as a religion that has a stand. We don't, to be sincere, we don't, because we believe that any religion that has no focus on God, and in their own they say Olodumare, which is there's God there, but they don't know that where the God is. So we want to bring them in so that they can accept that God, that we know that God exists.
But that will be, I mean, that will be categorically discriminating against their beliefs, because everybody, according to the Constitution, it says everybody has a freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. It doesn't matter whether I choose to believe in the wood. I have the constitutional right to do so.
But the issue is that I have a constitution that is greater than your own constitution. And that's the Bible. Okay. The Bible made me to understand that.
Just a minute. Let us take this call from Adeyemo. Adeyemo is calling from Ibadan. Good morning, Adeyemo.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you today?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead with the contribution, please.
Hello, good morning.
I'm with you, Adeyemo. Go ahead.
Okay. So the issue of the religion is a problem we are facing in this country. Even the predicament we have in this country is being caused by both we Muslims and the Christians.
Okay.
So let's drop the... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Let's drop the issue of the religion and choose the leader that's going to take us to the next level. That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adeyemo, for your very objective position on that topic. But then you also made mention of public prayers earlier.
Yeah.
Do you recollect that during the just concluded national conference, the delegates there unanimously stopped praying from the point of view of these religions and adopted the second stanza of the Nigerian anthem as national prayer. And of course, there are other organizations who are also trying to ensure that this is adopted by all. Would you subscribe to that?
I don't believe in that.
O God of creation.
I believe that any stanza or any idea or any national prayer belief or objective that is not from the word of God, I will never believe it and I will never agree to it.
But there's nothing against the word of God from
Or
the
if it is for the word of God, if it is out of the word of God or in the word of God, then I will agree.
The God in your Bible, I believe, talks about the God of creation.
Oh yes,
and that's what the second
this
stanza is also talking about.
So once is that once the stanza or whatever agree with the word of God,
then you can subscribe,
which is
to
my own power.
Mm.
Then I will subscribe.
Let's take this call. Good morning, Adewale. How are you today? Adewale, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, welcome to Call Digest.
Yes, I just want to have my own contribution to you.
Go ahead, please.
The man, our honorable, actually, I want to say that the problem we have in this country is the problem of the advisors. Too much of advisors gets many things wrong in this country. Actually, if somebody like this, my honorable man, is being paid in taxpayer money, and still we cannot advise the governor very well on a religious matter, it's very, very sad. It's very, very unfortunate. Kind of agenda. How would you advise the governor on a religious matter? My dear brother, the idea of Muslim, Christian does not arise at all. Please, let us drop it. May God forgive us. Because we don't want to disintegrate our political, we don't want a situation where we disintegrate ourselves on religious matter. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your contribution, Adeyemo, right? No, Adewale, thank you for calling in. Well, let's also touch on other issues because as it is now, the National Conference also talked about putting a ban on government sponsoring pilgrimage for certain religions. Do you subscribe to that?
No, I'm against it.
Why?
I'm against it in the sense that now provisions of essential amenities or essential services to the people that you govern is very important. What are some of these amenities? What are some of these services? Now, how do you touch the lives of Muslims in the mosque? How do you touch the life of Christian in the church? Is to help them, either 10 or 20, to sponsor them, give them certain amount of money to help them. There are a lot of Christians, there are a lot of Muslims that have no money to travel to Jerusalem or Mecca. But in their own religion, they feel that they need to get there. So I don't believe that the government should now hands off. Because I've told you that you cannot divorce either the governors you want to talk about and the religion. They are one. The governor is from a mosque. The governor is from a mosque. Either the deputy governor is from the church. So it's interwoven. So
I
you
don't
cannot
know
just tell
if you
me.
are involved in this issue of pilgrimage, but there are even opinions that even the pilgrimage in and of itself, both on the Islam and Christian wise, that it doesn't favor the ordinary and the average Nigerians that you talk about.
Yeah,
certain
okay.
people just pick certain people from their
That
worship
is
centers
that's another
and
issue.
sponsor
That's
them.
another issue.
So why not
That's
scrap
an
it
issue.
entirely?
But we cannot use that. What we need to do is to look at the system
Okay.
and then try to modify the system or to.
But does that tell you anything about the integrity of these religions that we're talking about?
That what?
If we cannot even manage the pilgrimage well, and then we choose those who travel by sight and we favor them because they are our friends, does it tell you anything about the integrity of these religions that we so much adore?
That is the issue I'm talking about, that integrity is very important in everything that we do.
And I think
And,
religion has failed us in that wise. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I will agree. I will agree. That's what I told you earlier, that if I'm talking about Christian governor, I'm looking for a Christian with an integrity. But where is this integrity? Where can we get the integrity? Where can we get the fear of God? We have a lot of Christians, we have a lot of Muslims at the helm of affairs. But where is their integrity? Where is the integrity? Look at what is happening now. We have a president who is a Christian that we all en masse, we voted for him because we believe he's a Christian. Now he's declaring to run again under the platform that is not conducive for anybody to live on. Our children, what do you call it? The Chibok daughter girls are there. Nobody dare talk about it. The Boko Haram are taking over all our cities in the north, almost all the north. The Boko Haram are taking over.
But, Reverend, doesn't that point contradict your position of wanting a Christian governor in Lagos?
What do you mean by contradict?
Because you don't seem to support or agree with the programs and policies of Mr. President. And he's a Christian. So
exactly
if a Christian is not satisfying you on the national level, why would you want a Christian as Lagos State governor?
You see, it's an opinion that is born off of a certain issue.
Let's just take this call.
But the major thing is... Okay.
Just a minute.
All right.
Good morning, Obanla. Right? Calling from Mushin. How's Mushin this morning?
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad anyway. I just tune on my TV and I don't really know what you people are discussing about. But I saw on the screen service and religion.
Go ahead, please.
Service and religion.
Yeah.
And I believe that might be your own topic for today. Yeah. You see, actually, we are really harming ourselves. Harming ourselves in the sense that we're using service and religion together. You see, religion is supposed to be your own personal relationship with God. Mixing religion with whatever, like say, position, election, admission, or even getting work, we are harming ourselves. It should be discouraged. Why should the government have a special advisor on religion? Why should the government have a special advisor on Christian or Islam religion? And that is where you see the problem causing in this country. The Christian will be looking for more. Islam will be looking for more. Religion is supposed to be your own personal.
I believe you made your point there, Obanla. Thank you very much for your contribution. I believe you really want to defend that. Why should a governor have a special advisor on religion? Because you are one.
I've told you earlier that they are interwoven. The governor needs a special advisor on Christian and Muslim.
Okay.
Now, he needs to relate to the Christian leaders. He needs to relate to the Muslim leaders. How would this man relate to them? He needs somebody to advise him. What are we going to do about this leader? How do we get to this leader? How do we bring these people together? We heard that there's a problem in one church. What do? We heard that there's a problem in a particular church. When the issue of noise making was so paramount in Lagos, he called me and then we sat together and then we were able to minimize the noise from the churches and then we were able to do that.
I'm sure you know who Mike Murdoch is. A Christian preacher, and he said recently that Nigerian politicians, he has always heard Nigerian politicians say, God told me to contest. But he has never heard a Nigerian politician say, God changed my life. How do you ensure that politicians do not hijack this your move? Or, let me even ask, how are you sure that this person that you are supporting now to be a Christian has really been touched and changed by God, and is not just using your medium for his own personal political gains?
Yeah, you are right. You are very right. And that is why I used to be balanced in the issue. Let me tell you, if Babatunde Raji Fashola SCN should come on board again that he wants to contest, I'm going to support him.
Okay.
He's a Muslim. I'm going to support him because he's been tested, and then I've been able to see.
At that point, you would drop all your.
At that point, I will
Christian.
drop all my
It's all right.
agitations because why?
But obviously,
he has done.
Babazir Fashola won't run again for.
I know
for
he will not run again. He won't run again because why? We are talking about integrity.
It's
I am
all right.
afraid if I get a Christian governor at the end of the day, whatever if he disappoints me, and then they will now tell me, "Shebi, you are looking for
all right.
a Christian governor."
I've been speaking with Reverend Samuel Ogedengbe. He's the special advisor on Christian matters to the Lagos State Governor, Babatunde Fashola. Thank you very much for
Thank
the
you.
time.
I really
Just-
appreciate
we
it.
hope that subsequently you were able to join us. But let me quickly I'll brief you with certain information that I have here. Things were not always this bad in Nigeria, because when General Yakubu Gowon was the head of state in the late 60s and mid 70s, his deputy, who was also the finance minister, they were both Christians. You recall Major General Muhammadu Buhari, who was head of state between 1983 and 1985. He and his second in command, by the name Major General Babatunde Diabo, were both Muslims. And Nigerians didn't raise it does. In southwestern Nigeria, or until recently too, religious consideration has never been a serious issue when electing public officials. In 1979, the governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, and his deputy, Alhaji Rafiu Jafojo, were both Muslims. In Oyo State, Bola Ige and Samuel Afolabi were both Christians. And of course, the former governor of Ogun State, Chief Bisi Onabanjo, and his deputy, Olusegun Soluade, of course, you know, were also both Christians. The most popular example when we talk about this issue is that of the presidential candidates of the Social Democratic Party, Chief MKO Abiola, and his running mate, Alhaji Babagana Kingibe. Of course, people even prefer that to the Muslim Christian ticket of Bashir Tofa and Dr. Sylvester Ogo. Well, let's wait and see how all of this move and impact on the 2015 general elections. We hope that Nigerians indeed can be united across ethnic and religious borders. That's our show today, called Digest Monday. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow is another exciting time. Let's keep uniting Nigeria. Stick around for the top of the hour news.
You can now watch Core TV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to Cool TV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click Core TV, leave a space, then news. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.